Okay, so I've been working on this 8120's ass end here, and I've rebuilt all the sockets as you've seen in the video that I've posted up until this point. And my problem is still my problem. I still have the same bullshit problem. So I started taking these off, these hydraulic valves and solenoid valves, and I've come to the conclusion that these solenoid valves are bad. And you see how that one just came off of there? Well, that's okay. This one, this one, this one, and this one do not turn anymore. Those are froze fast. So what I'm thinking is the rust is built up on the inside of these. I can see a slight bulge there, and I think that's manufacturing. But anyways, there is an issue. I think that the rust is swollen in there and crushed the barrel of the valve, not allowing it to work smoothly in and out like it's supposed to. And one of those valves, and I will show you on film, is missing a rod inside that actually actuates the hydraulics, and I think it ate it. So I may have some bigger issues than I thought I had in the beginning, because they're all shared oil bath. So I'm going to take those systems off, each and every one. I'm going to mark them. I'm going to, so that I get the new solenoids on, because I did buy all brand new solenoids for on there. They were very expensive, $190 some a piece, except for two, which were $70 some a piece, which they don't make those anymore. They make a different one because it was throwing codes of some sort, which I don't have that problem. But anyways, enough of that long-winded bullshit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take those off, and I'm going to start taking the solenoids out, and the valves and the solenoids off. So anyways, I'll get right back to that in a second. Shoot, I have to lower that a little farther too. Anyways, and just to demonstrate how easy and delicate these things really are, watch this. Ready? That's it. Broke off. So if you're handling these coils at $193 or $97 a piece, just these freaking coils, you might want to be gentle with them if you know that they're still good. I know that these are junk just because they're froze on there so tight, and I will be putting a grease on the inside like a Never Sees to keep them from rusting like these did, and that's an aluminum base, so I won't have any problems there. So, but anyways, I'm going to pull the rest of that off of there and get on with it. Okay, these things are going in here pretty okay. I don't know if I can get you to see what I'm doing here. I've again forgot that stupid tripod, but I can come up with something. Hold on a second here. I've been replacing these things now for, well, for the last, I don't know, half hour or so. This isn't going to work. I need something taller than that. Oh, Mr. Pandy. Isn't that something? I don't have anything to set you up on. Maybe I could put you here. Now what I'm gonna do, and I think you can get a view here. Yeah, just like that. Hopefully I don't knock you down. What I'm doing is quite simple. There's a little post on the inside of these selective control valves, and you have to catch it. Now, if you don't catch it properly, it isn't going to work. And we want everything to work just so. So, I have to take this package out. Take this thing out of its package, like so. Come on. And you got to be sure that everything is moving properly, as you can see. Now, inside the hole there is a needle, and it has to fit inside of that hole. And if it doesn't, it won't work properly. So you have to catch it. Well, you can't just stick that thing in straight because the needle hits here on the bottom side of it. So you have to pull this apart just about like that. See? So it's sticking out. And then you tilt it down in till you catch that thing. And it just touches it. It just touches it before it goes in. Now, if you have to force that, in, it's spring tensioned. If you have to force on it, you have screwed up and you will have a problem. So, you really kind of gotta mind what you're doing. Another thing is you don't want to over tighten them because you could damage things by over tightening them. I'm going to do another one, and what I'm doing is just a little bit at a time, each and every one of them, put them together. There's enough oil inside this selective control valve so I don't have to worry about oiling the O-rings. I know there's going to be somebody say, oh, you did that wrong, you didn't oil them properly. No, I'm not oiling them at all because there's enough oil inside the seats anyway. You just got to make sure that the O-rings are on there. And again, you want to pull that out of there just a little bit. You don't want to go too far because there's actually a plunger that goes in there, and that thing is loose in there, as you could see on some of the others. And then you just kind of, in good faith, scoop that little needle up. There's a little tiny bit of spring tension on it, just a tiny little bit. And I actually put that in there wrong. I should have put this one on here and this one on here. Do the inside ones first, but I got distracted talking to you people. Anyway. Yep. So this is how this goes all the way down. The difficult part is going to be actually rewiring the solenoids onto that plug, because it is just not going to be easy. I'm sorry to say. Oh, give her a... There it is. You don't want to over tighten them. And whatever you do, do not put any pressure or hit this with a hammer or anything, because if you bend this barrel, you're screwed. You are then totally screwed. So I'm going to stick this in here. You can see what I have to catch. See it down there? It's like a little dot right there on each side. You have to catch them. They drop all the way down. They sit inside of a spring. So that's what you got to catch right at the tip of my finger. But anyways, I'm going to finish putting these on, and then I got to make a piece to disconnect my wiring harness so I can put the new solenoids on. I'm going to mark them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I will put them all together, and you will get to see me do that. So here we go. Okay, so here's the aftermath. I'm just getting down from here. I didn't film any of this spaghetti mess that I was playing with because it's quite tedious when you have to remove wires from... click this off here. I got everything tidied up here. When you have to remove wires, little wire pins from little plastic plugs. And I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. You get these little guys here that look like that. You actually have to push down on a little metal tong. Let's see if it'll focus. There's a little metal tong in there. I don't know. Maybe this one here came back up, but it didn't. Right here. You push down on a little metal tong, and then this will slide out, and then you put the new one in. But they weren't opposing. They weren't directly across from one another. They were on a diagonal. And I have to put them on exactly the way they came off of the old coils, because I'm not sure if that coil, if I did the wires backwards, whether it would flip-flop or not. So I had to be very, very careful as to how I put them back together again, and I didn't want to be distracted with a camera. So anyways, there they are. I've got the new caps here. I've tightened them all up. I've got new... I did not oil between them because I didn't know whether it would react with the I didn't know whether it would react with the, what do you call it, the coil plastic or not, so I just said to hell with it, and I put it in there dry. Everything else seems to be back together again. And I do believe I showed you this, but I'm going to turn the camera around here, and I'm going to show you. This is the number 1, and why it was drifting. This piece had loosened up inside there, inside there. So this valve had loosened up, both of them, both the right and the left side. So I had 2 coils that were actually unscrewed like that. Where's the other one? Here it is. I think this is it. No, that's not it. And this one, and here it is. Here's the other one. So I had 2 of them, and these were on the same one, and that changes this plunger here, so it was never actually actuating properly. Now there's this, I'm going to show you with this one, because here it is, and here's a little push rod. This little push rod, that was missing in the number 3 spot. So it's kind of weird that it was missing. It makes no sense to me, other than it fell out, or not fell out, it may have broke and then ground itself apart, you know. So yeah, what do you do with that? It's like, what the heck, I've never, and it just sits down in there, and it has to be there, because if it isn't there, that's what actuates that plunger. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the tractor, and I'm going, well, first I'm going to move these parts out of the way. I'm going to put them over here. I'm going to move everything out of the way, back to where it should be, you know, put the tools away, and then I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to see if everything works with the tractor. I think that my parts have been delivered down to my mom and dad's house, so I'm going to have to go and get my parts. I'm missing 2 O-rings, and it should be easy enough. I can replace those without any problems, and hopefully everything works the way it's supposed to work. I believe it will, because the upper one was missing that one part. The middle one was working properly, both of them were, and the bottom one was just not working properly at all. It would just drift down. So I know why all those problems were there. If it still continues to be a problem, then I will have to dive deeper into the selective control valves, I'm going to say on the opposite side, and start changing O-rings in there. So, but anyway, that's that. Let me go ahead and move those parts, and we'll get on to it.